me against the world. Lost my mistress and my girl.
What's going on? So, I don't know if anybody watched this Joe Rogan, Mike Tyson podcast. If you haven't, I highly suggest it. It's definitely a good podcast. Given what the media portrays on Mike Tyson or anything you've read, listen to this podcast. I honestly can say that Mike Tyson is a beautiful person for doing what he's doing now. Enough of the talking. I think I've ranted on long enough today, so let's get into it.
What kind of music you listening to?
I listen to everything, man.
Yeah.
I do. I listen to a lot of classic rock for whatever reason. But I've been listening to a lot of Kanye West over the last few weeks.
Tell me, what is he talking about?
Kanye?
Yeah.
Well, he's talking about a lot of crazy shit. He actually talked about DMT in one of his recent songs.
Really? You think he did that before?
I think he did.
Oh, man.
Well, I know he's friends with Kid Cudi.
Mm-hmm.
Kid Cudi's been in here, and Kid Cudi's had some psychedelic experiences.
Yeah. Once you go there, it's just, you don't want to do nothing else again.
Well, it puts it all in the perspective. It lets you see that as much as this thing seems to be important, this is all temporary, and you're a part of forever.
And it also allows you to become comfortable with death.
Yeah. Yeah, you know who said that? Larry Hagman. Remember that guy Dallas?
Yeah.
From JR
from Dallas.
He did an interview with CNN once.
And I Dream of Jeannie as well.
Yeah, that's right. He sprung it on him on CNN once. He was talking about how he did acid. He took a big dose of acid, and he's never worried about death ever again. That it just alleviated his worry about passing on.
That's wild. It's just because I felt the same way. And I said, wow, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. I think DMT even more specifically because they think...
Yeah, why does it affect the mind that way? What causes it to affect the mind that way?
They don't totally know.
That it make it visualize everything.
They don't totally know. They know that your brain makes it. They know that your body makes it, they should say. They know that it's produced in your liver and their lungs, and there's some evidence now because they found it in rats that the pineal gland produces it, which is that's the third eye of Eastern mysticism. That gland actually, in rats, they've proven produces DMT, and they think it does so in people, too.
Once I did, I wanted to do it again and again and again. And they said, you shouldn't do it too much, Mike. But I was like, man, I got to, grasp what's going on here. Why am I feeling this? Why did this, in a weird way, humbled you?
I don't think you should listen to the people who say you shouldn't do it too much. I think you should do it as much as you want.
That's what I agree with, too.
Yeah.
I agree.
You could handle it. If you could handle being Mike Tyson, you can handle doing DMT a few times.
DMT, yeah, that's where I think I'm going. I think I'm going in that direction.
Well, it's not something you should do all day, every day, but you can learn a lot from it. It's very beneficial and very strange that it's illegal. It's illegal.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Even though, Terrence McKenna had a joke about it because your body's making it, so everybody's holding. We all have it. It's illegal, but it's like making blood illegal. Everybody has it.
Isn't it wild when they go to Sonora Desert when they find these toads?
Yeah. Yeah, I've never experienced it from the toad. I've only experienced
it on television.
With the way they extract it?
Yeah, they grab him and they squeeze it. They bust his pimples and they bust it on the glass of mirror and then they take it off and they let it harden. Yeah,
they let it dry in the sun. They scrape it off with a razor blade.
Yes.
I've only had it synthetically made in a laboratory. You used to be able to buy it online. You used to be able to buy a fucking can of...
That's crazy. I actually looked it online because I was curious. I think they outlawed it in the late 60s, early 70s. That's crazy, man. DMT is a pretty powerful psychedelic. It'll send you to another fucking dimension. Yeah.
This big, enough to get a whole state high. You just buy it online. It was totally legal.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's bizarre that it's illegal.
Well, they would say not for human consumption. But I don't know what the fuck you're doing with it if you're not using it for human consumption. But you used to be able to buy it.
I've never felt anything like that before.
No, nothing like that.
Makes me not want to do anything. Nothing else can supersede that.
How long ago did it happen?
I don't know, around 2 months ago.
Yeah. Did you write down what happened after it happened, or did you record it?
No, I wish I did.
Yeah.
I wish I did.
Yeah, me too. If it goes away like a dream, right?
It comes off, you're so scared. It starts off like this to me, like no, yeah. That's how I start. No, I don't want to be this. I said, hey, I want this to stop now. And the guy was like, hey, you're on the ride. And I'm like, no, yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah, you love everybody.
Yeah, so spazzed out.
Yeah. Did you have a hard time letting go?
At the beginning, I was fighting it. I was saying, stop. I wanted to stop now. Just stop this shit now. Stop. And the guy was like, hey, the show was like, I can't do it. You got to go for the ride, dude. And it was like, oh, man. It's like I'm dying. Things are going in my face. I'm seeing the Aztec things. I'm seeing toads. I'm just seeing weird animals. The things are just flying. It's like another chamber. It's boom, flashing. You're like, boom.
Yeah.
And you gone. It's like a rocket. You taking off. Boom.
Yeah, it's beyond your imagination.
Yeah, it's inconceivable. Can't even explain it to no one.
Well, I'm hoping that they start with psilocybin because I know MAPS. They're doing some great work with that, trying to get these things legalized. Especially they're doing MDMA studies with veterans and people with PTSD, and they're having great results. They're moving into psilocybin. They would love to get psilocybin legal, and it's up for ballot. I think it was in Oregon. Is that where it is? It's up for. I think Oregon is up for legalization this year, and it may be eventually in California as well. They may.
How you think they're gonna do with that?
It should be legal. It doesn't kill anybody. It should be. It's not a bad thing if they regulate it. If they make it for therapeutic use and just set up centers where experts can show. But they shouldn't make it prohibitive for people to own it or even grow their own. It's not a bad idea to set up places where people can do it under a professional's care, a shaman's care, a physician's care. That's a good idea. But making it illegal is a bad idea because it helps a lot of people. People think of it as a party drug. They think you're going to do mushrooms and freak out and go fucking run around naked. And, what's on mushrooms?
I used to do mushrooms. I love mushrooms. I love mushrooms.
Yeah. Well, psilocybin and DMT are very closely related chemically. All those really potent psychedelic drugs are very closely related. They all break down in some similar path inside your brain and give you that weird ego-dissolving experience. That's one thing.
Yeah, most of the
All right. I thought it was a little bit longer than that, but yeah. I mean, everything he's saying is true. It does help a lot of people. I mean, they're starting to do studies on LSD and how your brain changes during the experience. Like, they got brain scans and all that. Rick Strassman, I think that's how you say his name. I learned from Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan was actually on a documentary. He did a thing called DMT, the spirit molecule. And really, I mean, the only way I can explain this, I'm going to try to explain it the best I can. Like the first DMT experience I had was pretty intense. So like, I had like this really colorful bong. It had like swirls in it, and like we packed it with like a fat nug, and then we sprinkled the DMT on top, and I took the hit, held it in for 3 seconds, let it out, took another hit, I held it in, let it out, and then like I was like on my bed, and then like I just laid back, dude, and like everything just like went yellow, and all you could hear was that boo, and then I saw this like what looked like the Egyptian, like the Egyptians, when they did the hieroglyphics, how they drew people, it was like to the side. Well, it was like that, but she was like dancing, and then like she was doing like flips like this, but then she was doing flips like this, like in a different direction, and like I can't really remember a lot after that. I know I was like going through a tunnel, but like it was weird because like the tunnel was, you could see like the tunnel, it was like a shape, but then like everything inside of it was like space, like the darkness with stars and everything, and then like you could see like almost like a shooting, like a comet kind of things going off, and then like I literally thought I died. Oh yeah, I forgot to say one thing in the beginning. So like before I saw the Egyptian girl, like I saw like my torso just popping out, like it would pop out in a block, and then another part would come out like this, and then it all dissolved. Like there's no way you can like stop it. It was just gonna happen. Like you have no other choice but to let go. Like, you know, and that's what's so scary because you lose your identity. Like you lose everything that you thought was right. You lose that frame of mind, like an ego death. And then so like that happened, and then the Egyptian girl, and then the tunnel, and then I remember being in like a it was like a white tunnel. Like the background was like a dark, like opaque gray bluish, but then like the tunnel, and then like it had like all these Indian, like Hindu gods coming out, and then I saw Ganesha, because like you could tell like Ganesha's the Hindu god. He's like kind of like he has like a elephant head. He has like 6 arms. He kind of has like a body like Buddha. And I saw him. That's the reason why I got him tattooed on this arm. Um, but like in the midst of it, like I felt every emotion, right? Every emotion you can think of, but it was all mixed together to create a new emotion that no one, you know what I mean? Like you probably can't understand, but I know my buddy said I was like crying, and like I said, like when you have these experiences when you're young, you don't really understand until you get older, and then you look back at it, and you're like, oh, yeah. Now I understand, things like that. It was definitely a great experience. Um, I would recommend trying DMT. Even if it's your first time, you might as well go all out. If you can't, like, when you trip on DMT, it's like you're not mobile. You just sit back and you lay back, like you're not. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a powerful experience, but if you have that fear that you're gonna do something stupid, or things like that, you don't have to worry about. Like, you're just gonna have a powerful experience. You're not gonna be moving around. That I can guarantee. And then then go on from there. I mean, everybody has an anxiety when they do psychedelics because they don't know what to expect. But you could have a bad trip or you could have a good trip. The bad trips, take it as, those are the most powerful lessons, in my opinion. It's scary, but the reason why it's scary is because it's reaching deep into your psyche, right? Everything that you've done wrong or that you regret, you're coming face to face with it. Any of your flaws, things you can improve on in your life, all that, it comes to light in front of your eyes. Doing DMT and then doing ayahuasca are like completely different. Obviously, that ayahuasca is made with DMT. There's different ways to make it, but they have the traditional way, obviously, and then they have the Americanized way, which I don't know if it's the right term, but that's how I say it. There are different ways to make it, but and it's really weird too, because I've had it a couple different ways, and like the ingredients that you use can cause a different experience. One way is more of a nature thing, and you're talking to like wise animals, and the other one is like you have this chick come up, you know what I mean, and she starts talking to you and she takes you on a ride. But like I say, it's not like a recreational ride. It's definitely a life lesson, and something I do not and will not regret doing, because it changed my life pretty much. But that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this inspires you, or not inspires you, but influences you to go watch the full podcast. It's only an hour and a half. Whenever you have a chance and you have the time. I know everybody has a busy life, but I do highly recommend it, and it'll change your view on Mike Tyson. He's also making, it's called the Tyson Ranch. It's a cannabis ranch, pretty much. You know, you can go online and look at the website, TysonRanch.com, I think it's called, or just look up Tyson Ranch, and you'll find all the information doing that. But thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, bye.